I usually go walking every morning, and I usually go around 8 with a friend down the street and another widow friend that lives down the hill. And I just love it. I just love it. It gives me a real feeling of power. It isn't much, but I'm not worried about doing more. I'm Pat Asplund. Grew up in Alberta, married and went back east with my husband. He went to law school, and then he taught at Queen's University in the law faculty. And I taught piano lessons, had 5 children, and he had heart trouble, and then he had quadruple bypass. He had 8 more years of teaching, and then he was getting sick again. And then one day we were driving in the car, and he said, "I've got to pull over," and that was it. I mean, he, I think he had a massive coronary. Emily, when she turned 18, went out to BYU, and I was alone in the house, which was horrendous. I mean, you're born, you live with your family, you go away to college, live with your roommates, you get married and live with your husband and your children, and then suddenly you're in a house alone and you think, it's like the tree in the forest. I mean, if nobody's there to hear it when it falls, does it make a noise? Well, I realized that I had to go right back to high school and reinvent myself, really. And I realized I had to make a new social circle. So I sort of started cultivating single women, widows and divorcees, stuff like that. And I had a few dates and things, which my daughter hated. I felt like after about 6 years, I had started maybe being a person. A friend asked me, "What's good about being a widow since Tom died?" And I said, "Well, no, you don't have to compromise with anybody." And then she said, "What's bad?" And I said that you don't have anybody to compromise with. And it's really true. But I do find that I now, since he left me comfortable materially, I don't have to be nice to anybody. And it's very indulgent, but it's really wonderful. And the other strange thing is that in the house, if it's messy, hello, I know who did it. I love to entertain in my own home, because it's the only, I think I told you this before, it's the only hegemony one has socially as a widow. And then you find, and I find this with my widow friends too, that you can do the things you need to do. And of course there are billions of people living alone and loving it, preferring it.